Hello everyone, Zach Barnes here for the WT Sports Network, welcoming you to this week's edition of Heard That. Baseball back at home this last weekend with a non-conference series against Arkansas Fort Smith. The Buffs and the Lions split the Friday doubleheader 5-1 and 4-5. Then on the series finale on Saturday, the Buffs ended up struggling defensively, losing 4-11.
Yeah, it wasn't a very good week. We didn't play very good baseball all week, really. Started against Lubbock Christian, and obviously Lubbock Christian, it was cold, wind was blowing in, but didn't execute offensively there, and then kind of just continued with that against Fort Smith this past weekend, and they played really well. They made plays when they needed to make plays, and we didn't. We didn't do anything right this past weekend, but we've got to regroup from it, get a lot better, and get back into conference. The good news is none of those games were conference. They were in region. They were big games, and we've got to get better. And now that we're going back into conference, win some conference games.
Up next, the Buffs will be back on the road and back in conference play as they will head to Cameron on Thursday to take on the Aggies in their 4-game series.
Yeah, Cameron's a really good club. They're a 20-plus win club and just went on the road and won 3 out of 4, so they're setting pretty good in conference right now. So it's going to be a tough test for us. But I think if we go there and get back to what we do, then we're able to win a series there, and that's the ultimate goal.
Also for Buff baseball, for the 4th time this season, Marshall Kozlowski was named as the Lone Star Conference Pitcher of the Week with his 15 strikeout performance on Friday against Arkansas Fort Smith. Lady Buff softball also home over the last weekend, taking on the Lions of Texas A&M Commerce. Lady Buff started off well with an 8-2 win on Friday. Then on Saturday on the doubleheader, the Lady Buffs got the first game 11-6. And then on a late Shea Ibram bomb, the Lady Buffs able to take the final game 8-7 to secure the sweep.
I think it's the atmosphere. I think it's the energy that's created. Our fans don't give up. Our fans stay in it till the end, and this team doesn't give up. The last 2 years, I think we've done a great job of playing through the last pitch, and Saturday looked like it was going to be a chance again for us to lose a tough game, and we cut the lead in half in the 6th inning, and McBroom leads off the top of the 7th with a big swing and cuts it to 1, and Cordell does her job, and Alex has been outstanding turning our lineup over and getting back to the top, and she gets on, and Shea gets a big swing and ends it. Our crowd stayed in it.
Up next, the Lady Buffs will also be on the road, also heading to Cameron for their 3-game series.
That's a huge series. It's pretty much it's going to be for second place in the conference, and regional rankings start coming out here in the next week or so, and they're going to be right there with us too. So it's a huge weekend for us. We need to go over there and not only win the series but try to get all 3, because we're still trying to keep pace with Angelo State and have a chance to maybe move up there into a tie if we can get some help from somebody. So Cameron's very young. They've got a lot of talent. The pitcher's doing a great job for them as a freshman. I think they start 4 or 5 positional freshmen, and their first-year Coach Furr's doing a great job with them, and they're tough to play at home. We went over there a couple of years ago and took 2 out of 3 from them, but it's a tough place to play. Their crowd gets into it, so we're looking forward to it. It's just something we've got to be prepared for.
And also for Lady Buff softball, with a big performance on the weekend, Shea Ibram was named as the Lone Star Conference Hitter of the Week, as well as the NFCA Louisville Slugger Division II Player of the Week. Buff and Lady Buff track and field at home this last weekend on Friday and Saturday. The Buffs and Lady Buffs with a solid performance as they combined for 7 wins, 3 of those on the men's side, 4 of those on the women's side. The Buffalo Jumpers had a big weekend as 2 records fell. Paulo Lazarick with the new record in the high jump with a 2:16 mark, breaking that record set back in 1983. Then Abraham Sinenke getting the school record in the triple jump with a 15:35 mark, breaking a record set in 1982. A couple records also fell on the Lady Buff side. Riley Caputin broke a school record once again with a 6:41 mark in the long jump. And then Caitlin Rodriguez set a new record in the 800 meter.
I saw some kids this weekend that stepped up in a big way. Honestly, kids that we didn't really expect to be factors at the national level. You have Paolo Lazarick and Lockie Calvert, who came up. Paolo in the high jump set 2nd in the nation after this weekend, and then Lockie Calvert's in the top 8 decathlon. Those are 2 guys that we've hoped would come around, and finally this weekend at home they did. Well, I mean, I know after a long jump she was really excited. She jumped over 21 feet in the long jump and is leading the nation by almost a foot. And so she was really excited about that. Really all we wanted to do in the high jump was just improve her national mark, which she did do. She moved up a centimeter in the high jump, and hopefully that is a mark that will get her into the national championship. But really for Relly, all it takes is her getting there because she's such a gamer and competes so well in high pressure situations. Once you get her there, anything can happen. Obviously, as you saw indoor, she won the national title in triple jump. So, we're excited about where she's at, and I know that she's looking forward to competing 3 events at the national meet again.
And then once again, coming up for Buff and Lady Buff track and field, they'll be spread out once more. First, they'll be in Walnut, California for the Mount Sac Relays. They'll also be in Azusa, California for the Brian Clay Invitational. And they'll also be in Long Beach, California for the Beach Invitational. Then on the 15th, they'll be in Hobbs, New Mexico for the Ross Black Track and Field Open. Lady Buff Golf back in Arizona for the Mustang Invitational, where a big performance from Maddie Mason helped the Lady Buffs along to their second place finish. Up next for Lady Buff Golf as well as Buff Golf, they will be preparing for the Lone Star Conference Championships on the 24th and 25th in Frisco. And also Lady Buff Equestrian with another solid performance, finishing 3rd at the Hunt and Seat Zone Championships. And up next, the Lady Buffs will be preparing for the National Championships, which will be held in Lexington, Kentucky, starting May 4th. We would like to thank you for joining us on this week's edition of Heard That. As always, keep up with your favorite Buff and Lady Buff sports on GoBuffsGo.com, and come back here every Wednesday for Heard That. For the WT Sports Network, I'm Zach Barnes, and we'll see you next time.